So yesterday I got my new camera. It is the Nikon Coolpix B500. Looking at it right now. I got the glossy red one. Sexy beast of a camera. I love it. I have been tinkering around with it since last night to get the settings that I want for my videos, because that's what I'm primarily using it for. My Sony DHC or DSC. Is it DAC or DSC? I think it's DSC 300. I think that's the one I got. I forgot. It's the one that I've had since last year. Around April is when I got it. Yeah, April. And I've been using that one for all of my actual photos. And that one has a better sensor on it. In terms of my f-stop number and the actual megapixels that's in the camera. I think the Coolpix one has actually better optical zoom though. And you can kind of tell that even though it has like a slightly less impressive lens and sensor on it, when you zoom in, the quality in those zooms is just mind-blowing to me. For this to be such a inexpensive little thing. And that's exactly what I wanted to talk about today. This camera is a $300 camera that I got for half of that price, because I bought it used. And the lady that I bought it from had only used it twice, and she shipped it with the carrying case that she had for it, and the strap, and the instruction manual, pretty much everything. The only thing that basically wasn't in there is just the original packaging. There's nothing wrong with it. Batteries are full, no scratches, no anything. Like it's like it's a brand new camera, man. For $150, and it takes great pictures, great videos. And for the first episode of our little podcast here, that's what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about how I've been on YouTube doing videos since 2014. It's 2021, so that's 7 years. My first video was June 10th, 2014. So it's been 7 years. And so many people think that you have to have so much stuff to start. And that's just simply not true, especially in the world that we're in today. Like 7 years ago, smartphones were so different and so much less powerful than they are now. And that's exactly what I started on. I started on an LG K7. That was not the greatest phone ever. Not by any stretch of the imagination, but I made it work. I recorded in 10-minute intervals on the little recording app that they had built into the phone. And then I used a free editing software called KineMaster at the time. And was the quality the greatest? No. Was the editing the greatest? No. But I started. And me and my friends, Dr. Love, Platinum TDX, Alpha Excalibur, DBZ Guy 123, man, we had some times on Skype. We just used to grind it out, man. None of us really had any super duper equipment. I think Platt was the only one with a PC. Like all the rest of us recorded either off our phones or off our iPads. And we would just sit in Skype calls recording collabs together. there were times where if Platt wasn't there, we couldn't even record, because we couldn't record these Skype calls on mobile yet. And so we had to wait until Platt got there, whether he was in the video or not, just to record collabs, man. But we used to do it. Like when Platt was free, we'd rack off like 4 of them and schedule those over like the next 2 weeks, We used to do stuff like that. And I look at it now, and it's like, even my setup today, my computer is expensive, but that's because I just want it to be. My computer is expensive because I play games and edit and use it. I don't mind putting money into my computer because I know I'm going to use it every single day. And so I'm getting my money's worth. But everything else is cheap. My monitor was right at $100. My camera is $150. My keyboard and mice come from Amazon. It was a $30 set. The mic that I used was $70. And that's because it came in a kit. The mic itself is probably like $50. That's how much my Blue Snowball Ice was. It's like $50. And I was using that for years. I still have it. But now I use this Samson just because I like the way it sounds better for this stuff. My speakers, $25. The little USB hub that I have sitting here was $5 at bin time. None of what I use is expensive. My setup, if I take out my PC, is maybe right at $500 total. And this was built over years. Like, I used to get money working at, my grandma had a daycare, right? And after school, during my middle school days, because 2014 was like my 8th grade year, and then I was still doing it in high school too, before I actually got a job. I didn't get a job till like 10th grade year. But I would come over to my grandma's house and just clean up around the daycare for $10 a day for 5 days. So I would make $50 a week. And so one week I took my whole 50 and I bought my mic, my Blue Snowball at the time. And then I just built. I built every week. And then once I actually got a job, like a real job, that's when I started saving up and I bought my computer parts and all of that type of stuff for my birthdays and for holidays. I would tell people, I don't want gifts, just give me money. And if you can't give me money, a Visa gift card, I do. But I have things that I want to get that'll help me with my passion, because this is my passion. Video is my passion. Audio is my passion. These are the things that I'm super duper passionate about, and I want to make them into business. I don't think there's anything wrong with mixing passion and business, especially when you can start making money off doing the things that you love. And you don't need a lot to do it. I just told you guys, besides my PC, my setup is maybe 500 maximum. You can do it. Before I got this camera, I was recording everything on my iPhone. I paid $10 for the Moment app, so I have better control over my camera. I use this $50 mic. My audio software is free. It's Audacity. And there was a time where I was using HitFilm. HitFilm was free until I got the Adobe Cloud back. And I get that at a discount because I'm a student, but it's free. HitFilm is free. I taught myself so many different programs. I know how to use the entire Adobe Cloud. I know how to use Sony Vegas. I know how to use Camtasia. I know how to use HitFilm. I know how to use KineMaster. I know how to use Windows Movie Maker. In and out. I could make any project in any of those editing softwares. I can edit audio in Audition and in Audacity. Or if you want me to do it in one of the video editing softwares, I can. I know how to use GIMP. I know how to use Photoshop and Lightroom. I know how to use After Effects. All of these things I learned over the years. And so that brings me to the title of this episode. What do you truly need to start content creation? Passion, time, and dedication. I won't get too much into my personal business, but it's not like things were the greatest for me at home. And yet I set all of that aside when I was home to make sure that I could follow that passion. I could teach myself those video editing skills, those audio editing skills, and that I could make those videos and those thumbnails. I could learn all that. And it's not like I didn't have things to do. I was a student and I worked. I'm still a student and I work. So I had to balance my social life, my school life, my work life, and then my passion. And does it get hard sometimes? Yes. I work because I have to. I go to school because I want to. I love my friends and I love my passion. So I make it work. And that's the thing. You have to make it work. It is work. But you can make it work. You don't need all the money in the world. You can put together a great setup with $200-$300. And you don't have to spend it at once. That's the great thing. If you're watching this, or hearing this rather, you're either on a smartphone, on a tablet, or on a computer. So boom, you already have what you need. If you're on a computer, the only thing you would also need to get is a webcam. But if you're on one of the mobile devices, you have your camera, you have your mic, they're your phone. You have your editing device, that's your phone. You have your way to upload, that's your phone. You have everything you need. And then you can build from there. You can get a mobile mic that will also plug into your phone that'll give you better quality for around $50. Buy that 1 week. Take $25 in 2 weeks and put it up. Take $10 in 5 weeks and put it up. Then buy your mic. Save. And if you want to get a better camera, get one. If not, just do what you have. You don't need a lot. It's more so in the skill. There are people, and I'm gonna toot my own horn here. There are people with much more expensive setups than me that don't make better content than me because they can't edit like I can. They don't know the ins and outs of their equipment like I do. They don't know the ins and outs of their software like I do. They don't know the ins and outs of content creation, especially on YouTube, and what it takes with SEO and everything like that to be able to make a successful YouTube channel. They don't know how to promote on social media. They don't know the basic skills, but they have the money to spend. And there are people that are like me that have all the basics and don't necessarily have all the money in the world to spend. And both of us can make it, but I'm telling you, in the long run, the one who's going to be the most successful is the one who has the skill set. Me and my friends were talking about this last night, and it was about sports, but this applies here too. The real are always going to shine in the end. The ones, quote unquote, putting the work in the gym are always going to come out on top. Because you can take away the physical. in this case, you can take away that expensive gear. You can take away, the ability to record in general. You can take away the drive. You can take away all of that. All of that can be taken away. But the one thing that can never be taken away is the skill. I'll always know SEO because I've taken the time to learn it. I'll always know all the programs that I can edit in because I've taken the time to learn them. I've gotten skilled at it. That's what you need. The passion, the time, the dedication, and the skill. Y'all already know, man. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching if you did watch. If you don't know, I have a channel on YouTube, T-Dub ASMR. So, if this is relaxing to you and you want to see some more videos, then you can go over there. I'm going to try to make this a weekly thing on this podcast where I just take simple topics and kind of ramble about them. Try to keep it within 10 to 20 minutes. This one was a little longer than I thought it would be today. But we'll work on it. My inspiration for this is Heinz Sight. I don't know if you guys know him. He's a content creator on YouTube. He also does a podcast just like this, where he has such a soothing voice just naturally, but then he just takes random topics and talks about them on his Spotify podcast, and I love it. And so this kind of idea is inspired by that. I just figured we get to work, man. We're gonna keep grinding, keep putting multiple ways of getting out there, and we'll see where we end up. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, man. Check me out on some of my socials at T-Dub the God, T-Dub the God, DAGAWD _ on Twitter, at Ismaye on Instagram, at ISSMIYA _ That's my IG. And you'll see on there, I got my photography IG on there too. Flicks by Maye. That's on there. And then, like I said, my YouTube channel. All of the links I'll leave on the Spotify and Apple Music description, so you guys can see that as well. Thank you guys for coming out, man. This has been your boy. See you guys in the next episode. Peace.